ensonga enkulu ebayisiza is we have had an election which, in my understanding now, it has been an allotment of whoever the state wants to go through and the one they don't want to go through. In particular, I'll speak about Butambala as a constituency. From the word go, it was, I think, red flagged. And in particular, me being, I think, the deputy president of NUP, I think I was earmarked for a violent, rigged process. It started well at the beginning of the campaign, when gangs were being organized to stop my rallies. Because of the popular support you have in the area, it proved very, very difficult. And they abandoned it. But on the polling day, in that area, in the last 3 months, they've changed RDCs 3 times. They've changed the diesel, I think, also 2 times. They've changed, even the DPC was removed on the eve of voting, and another one was placed. You can imagine it was removed, I think, on either 10th or 12th, before 13th of the voting. We got a new DPC. The sub-county election supervisors were literally all removed and new ones appointed. Presiding officers at polling stations, some were removed on the eve of voting, and others placed in, carefully screened. But irrespective of all that maneuver, then gangs were organized to stop NUP and us to have access to polling stations, including having gangs that would stop my agents accessing polling stations. And some polling stations were unreachable. Not a single car of my campaigners were spared, and mine along the way. Literally, all of them are without windows, are shattered. The thing is, all the people who are doing all that kind of violence were being supported, escorted, and assisted by both the military and the police and other non-closed security forces. But irrespective of all that, by close of voting, the indications had still defeated them. And by midnight, by the time we got all the DRA forms, we are well ahead of whoever we stood with. And we are ready now to go to the Electoral Commission to have our victory. But that was at around 3, as we were about to prepare at my home. 3 in the night, we had a stampede outside. And immediately the whole home was under attack by a combination of military, vigilantes, and I think police. And that is 3 in the dead of the night. So they attacked my home. And because it was also a polling center both for presidential elections and for parliamentary elections, it had also agents that were returning the DRA forms and other people. But also because the people had known you had won, quite some had turned up to be home. Then the military attacked. so many people ran inside the home because I was in another room. I think the garage was open. So many people ran inside the room, and they were like, you couldn't find space. And they closed the door of the garage, and the main door was closed, so the room was not accessed. So they began to hit the main door, broke all the glasses, but it was burglar-proofed with high-quality padlocks. So they had difficulty in breaking in there. So later on, they descended on the garage door. Still, they found people had locked it. And eyewitnesses that were inside the cars parked home tell me 2 soldiers took a stand, like a firing range, not using ordinary guns, but these ones with kasepichi, okay, and begin to fire at the garage door to force it open. But remember, a lot of people just stampeded in there. So whatever bullet they fired at the garage was hitting the person. So people inside began to feel like they were all over blood, and so they opened. So when they opened, all they witnessed was dead bodies were falling over. That's when I think, because I was hearing, I was just in a room slightly opposite, slightly where and they had broken the window also, I could hear. That's when I think the commander said, you must stop this nonsense. How many people are you going to murder in this place? And that's when they stopped. And I think now they realized they had killed so many innocent civilians. Most of the dead were all women, and not ordinary young girls, women known in the area, mothers. So, because most of them had acted as my agents, I think they had reported and they were home. And they are not 7. I want to disprove the president who says that people were shot at a polling station. Was there a polling station in the garage at my home? Let him show me one person who attacked a polling station and was shot from there. People were shot in my home. So the president is grossly misinformed of the actual facts. It was outright tyranny, murder, and killing of innocent people. No, no. I don't know whether it says the police. It says a police station.
Yeah.
Now, there is no police station in my home. If the president is misinformed, to now be informed that they attacked a police station. In my village, there is no police station. Okay? This happened in the Bugoye village, okay, Gombe parish, and Butambala County, okay, Gombe Town Council. The police station is in the town, 2 kilometers away from my home. Now, these people were shot inside the garage at my home. So the president is totally misinformed, totally out of for him to say that gangs attacked a police station. There were no police station that was attacked. It is the military that descended to people in my home, and these killings happened in a garage in my home. So there is no way you could say, and we are going to put him to shame, because in that place I have cameras. Not only cameras, there were people who recorded videos. That's why after killing all the people who are there, they did another firing, and ensured that they retrieved every dead person and packed trucks and took them to Gombe Hospital. Even in Gombe Hospital, they feared that the community would gather there in the morning. By 5, 6, they transferred all the people to Mulago. By yesterday, I had participated in the burial of 6 of those that were killed. All of them from the community there. Most of them, of the 6 we buried, 5 were women. So would you expect women, mothers, married women, to be the one participating in that kind of what he describes of an attack at a polling station? So this was outright terrorism by state agencies, and they were led by the deputy RDC. He was at the scene. The deputy RDC was at the scene of crime. To my amazement, yesterday was Saturday. Yes. Something that happened on Thursday. Okay? It was yesterday when the investigating, I think, agency arrived to carry out some kind of investigation. And I saw them measuring the distance from my home to the road that goes to the district. That's what they were trying to measure. And afterwards, then when we complained, that's when they came down home and saw the bullets and saw everything. And even when I think if I'd known, we have people picked these social those things from the compound. So the president, for him to sit in State House, a fountain of honor, to really speak to a park of life is very, very unfortunate. The thing is, they murdered innocent people, they killed them inside the house, and this evidence, I can encourage any of you, at least we have replaced the windows that were shattered because I have an old 90 mother that stays in the house. Okay, I wouldn't live in a house without glass, but I've not yet replaced the door of the garage. You can go there. The bullet shots where they passed are still there. Actually, the mattresses, because I had some mattresses at home that I was giving in the constituencies, so some of them are there, full of blood. You'll even see, because blood takes long, even if you come and grab. And what they did was to carry all of them. We have